Hello and namaste. I am Harshila and I welcome you to WebReady 24. I have been homeschooling my daughter for I think 11 years, close to 11 years now. And curriculums or building curriculums and self education plays an important part in our lifestyle. And that is why I felt like that personal curriculums have been like around on the internet for a while now, but no one actually gets the gist of it. Okay, creating a personal curriculum is not as easy as like deciding a topic and then following it through, because halfway through the journey most of them like just give up, and I don't want that to happen with you. And that is why I have actually created this entire presentation on wait, let me show you. I hope it is visible. The graphics will come on your screen, in graphics form. But I will be referring to this presentation, which I made for my team actually. I might be like looking at my iPad, in the middle. And that is because my presentation is here. So like just bear with me. So what to learn when no one is deciding for you? So basically what happens is school decides what to learn, when to learn, how to learn, and how you are evaluated. And what happens in this is there is no scope for critical thinking. And in today's world when AI is like just entering the market, okay, it is like for common people AI has entered right now, and you don't know what critical thinking is when it comes to so many things. So you might know this skill, that skill, but you don't know how to compare both of them and like make it work in your favor. And that is what critical thinking is. And in the times of brain rot, which is like a phenomena, people are getting addicted to social media, people are getting addicted to screen time, people don't know what to do with all this internet exposure, and people don't know what to do for their business. This personal curriculum or this method of self education or homeschooling yourself plays a very important part, because after school growth becomes optional. It becomes a conscious decision to continue growing or not. And if you consciously choose growth, if you consciously choose education, self education, that is the only way you are going to make any progress in your life. If you don't know about finance, just learn about it. If you don't know about personal branding, learn about it. If you don't know how to plan your own budget, learn about it. If you don't know how to make art, learn about it. If you don't know a sport, just learn about it. You can just self educate yourself. Earlier in the times there were not many options, but in the times of internet, in the times of AI, everything is available. You just need any gadget or any device that you have to just have an internet connection which is working, and you are all set. You don't even need to invest a single rupee other than your internet connection and your device that you're using. It is like as simple as that. So the real problem is that most adults stop learning intentionally. They learn randomly via shorts or reels or even YouTube videos, but they don't know why they are learning, what they are learning for, and how they will evaluate their progress. So for example, if you're learning personal branding, how are you like evaluating your progress? What is that benchmark, that milestone that you have to achieve? Or when will you know that you have mastered personal branding? It takes a couple of months or years to master something. But what are the benchmarks that you are setting for yourself? Because in schools you had exams. Now no one is like going to keep a tab, no one is going to keep you accountable when it comes to learning. So how are you going to do that? You also need to have a system for that. Oftentimes you feel left behind and you just don't know what to learn, where to even start, where to begin, what to do in life. Maybe you are someone who's like on a career break, or maybe you have been doing a lot of many things, but you don't know where to pick up. So this personal curriculum that you will build for yourself is going to help you not only give you some clarity, but also make you feel good about yourself. It is going to help you with your confidence, your self-esteem, and your self-respect issues. Because all of the real reasons that I mentioned, it is not laziness or a flaw in your personality or a flaw of your character. It is just lack of critical thinking. Because in a country like India, education is not the best. I will be very honest. I have like studied a lot. I have studied a lot of many curriculums, and I have like come to realization that in India, the level of education depends on the level of fees you can pay. Education is not the same for all. So the first things that we are going to do are we are going to unlearn. Before learning something new or relearning something, you need to first unlearn what you already know, because it is not working in your favor. We were trained to obey, not understand. Most Indians read to finish, not to question. Critical thinking starts when reading shifts from what is written to what does this mean for me. Marks replaced meaning. Our brain learned to study for approval, not curiosity. As adults, learning feels pointless because there is no exam, no teacher, no no reward. As I told you, there is no accountability. You only did, studying was a performance that you did. If you didn't study, you will get punishment. If you didn't study, you would fail. If you didn't study, you wouldn't be like respected as a kid, and that is why you studied. You didn't know why you are studying unless you are like Sheldon Cooper from Young Sheldon. Then that differs. Passive learning killed attention muscles. Being spoon-fed answers trained us to wait instead of explore. Self-education feels boring because brain was never trained to engage actively. If you have been to a tuition or a coaching classes, you know they literally feed you guides. You were studying from guides, answers that were pre-made for you, questions that you knew were gonna come in exams, question paper samples or questionnaires that were given as samples to just pass the exams. What after that? Some people are having it so bad that they don't know, like their brain is rotten so much that they just don't know where to start, and it becomes like a big crisis for them. Quarter life crisis is a huge thing for people our generation, especially millennials and the generation after us, that is Gen Z, because the education system changed after that. From Gen Alpha, the education system started changing. The NEP came in like light, but Indian education system lacks so much. Unless you are paying at least a lakh per year, you're not getting, like your kid is not getting the kind of education that they should be. Like in a different country, the education is free, but for your kid you have to pay like lakhs and lakhs of, like 1 lakh is like me not even exaggerating it. Okay, 1 lakh to minimum chahiye aapko. So for us, it is very important to trust ourselves, to give ourselves the education that we deserve, that our career deserves, because everyone has dreams and it is your responsibility to take a step ahead, to learn, to be the responsible person in this one kind of relationship that you have with your career, because you are the only one who's making the decisions and choices, and without critical thinking, I don't know what we might do to ourselves. And I have seen this example in so many founders that we work with, where they come to us with so much of unclarity because they just don't know. Everything is like spoon fed to them, everything is like doing everything for them, that they don't know how to actually do things that work for themselves. And in this video we are going to solve that basic problem. So the first thing to unlearn is unlearning what or how we were taught. So not everything we were taught was bad, but there were some core issues that are not working for us as adults. So the number one thing is application was never taught, only memorization was taught. We were rarely asked where or how you will use this, so knowledge feels disconnected from real life. It just gets abandoned. Mistakes were punished. This created avoidance, not mastery. Adults stop learning not because they are incapable, but because learning feels unsafe. So let me give you an example, and I might be like exposing my bestie here, but yeah, she is a doctor, and whenever I tell her to read books or do something, a course online, something other than her career options like doctory, she is just so disinterested. She is like, mujhe bore hota hai. And it is because learning was like so difficult for her personally growing up. We have, like, I was with her and we have been like in the same school throughout our childhood, and we used to attend extra classes for not scoring good in a particular subjects, especially history. Like history was our like pet peeve and we had to study it. So imagine how what went through our heads, and we were shamed. Like extra coaching classes, sorry, not extra coaching classes, extra classes, I don't remember what they were called. It started from our like some redemption classes or something, and they were on Saturdays. Like पहले तो 5 दिन हमको 8 घंटे बिठाओ, तुम हिस्ट्री पढ़ाओ, तुम साइंस पढ़ाओ, तुम मैथ्स भी पढ़ाओ, और उसके बाद you are like calling us on Saturdays also to study for extra classes. It is like I was like traumatized for myself so much that I almost like didn't touch a book after like finishing my school like for a while. Even my junior college, I just like passed for the sake of passing, but in my degree college, I became aware that that is not how it works. I am someone who actually loves learning, and it was the education system that was flawed, not me. And that realization was like life changing for me, and I hope that this video brings that clarity in your life as well. So languages were taught as a subject and not a tool. Basically what happens is critical thinking happens when you talk to yourself in your own head. Half the time you're in your own head, you're talking, and something just clicks and something like comes out of it, and it happens because your brain is working in your team. Like it is in your team. But when your brain is rotten, or when you don't know what to do, how to do, and when to do, your brain is not working in your favor. The brain is controlling you instead of the other way around, and that is a problem. So basic languages, Hindi, Marathi and English, was taught in school in Maharashtra. So I am from Maharashtra board, SSC board, and these are the 3 languages we have. So for me, for the longest time, I was not even talking to myself in my head, and when I started talking, I didn't know because the language was not clear. Sometimes Marathi, sometimes Hindi, sometimes English, and I was just talking in general sense. But then I started writing. When you start journaling, things change. You talk to yourself. You are making a conscious decision to communicate with yourself, and that, like those communication skills, it is not just only about language. It is about basically how to learn to communicate with yourself, and language is the tool that helps you communicate with your brain, right? So that basic information about how to communicate yourself using a language that works for you, like finding the one language that works for you works. So for me, that language is English because I am from an English medium school. I started writing journaling in English, and I also started reading fictional books in English. So that is how my command over the language English improved, and that is how it helped me. So basically, language was treated as something to pass and not to think with. As adults, people avoided reading, writing, speaking because learning feels like evaluation, not expression. And that is the biggest unlearning of it all. Language is like I said, language is not for evaluation. You are not writing answers to pass the exam. You are writing, you are reading, you are like communicating to actually express yourselves. And unless and until you don't learn to express yourselves, not only professional wise, even in your personal life, things are not going to change for you. So what is a personal curriculum? It is basically your private syllabus for life. It is not only career based or academics based or even your personal life based. It covers everything, every aspect of your life. So a personal curriculum is a self-designed learning plan based on your life and goals. It is updated every single year. It is simple and practical. So because you are new to this self education method, I will suggest that you stick to an annual type of curriculum because you are used to annual curriculums, because in school and colleges also they used to have annual curriculums. But how I personally like to do it is that I do it quarterly, because my quarterly goals are very specific and I know what and how I want to do in the next 3 months instead of an entire year. So if you are someone who doesn't think that if this is going to work out for you, focus on like the first 3 months and then divide those 3 months into 1 month, like each month what you're going to do, and then those monthly things do them in weekly, like divide them in weekly things and then weekly into a daily plan. And you don't have to do it every single day. I don't learn every single day. I have 30 to 40 minutes every single week. That is how much I dedicate to actively learning a new skill that I want. It becomes too much because life is too busy. I work a full-time job. I am a homeschooling mom. I love reading books. I love writing, and all of these hobbies of mine take up a lot of time. All of these responsibilities take up a lot of time. So learning doesn't have to be sit in a school for 3 hours every day and learn, or sit every week for 3 hours and learn. 30 to 40 minutes every week is more than enough. I personally use YouTube as my biggest educational tool. Then I love Skillshare to learn different skills, especially when it comes to life. So I personally love flowers, so I want to learn flower arranging. So that is one thing that I want to learn. So where can I learn it? I can obviously learn it on Instagram. I can learn it on YouTube, because it is not something that requires a lot of skill set. You just need to have a creative mind. You just need to know a lot about flowers, how to take care of them and how to arrange them. So it is more of a lifestyle skill that I want to learn, and it is available for free. But something as specific as a professional curriculum kind of thing, you need to understand that how to do it, but in a very professional manner. So you need to follow experts. You need to invest in maybe some courses or some books regarding that, and that is how you do it. So first, let me tell you why everyone needs a personal curriculum. Without a curriculum, learning is accidental. You consume information randomly, so nothing connects or stays long enough to matter. Confidence stays low when progress isn't visible or intentional. Self-belief has nothing solid to grow on. Basically, for example, I'll give you an example. Okay, the most common problem: someone starts an Instagram account or a YouTube channel. You post for say 1 month and you don't see much progress, but building a brand takes more than that, just 1 month. Okay, so there is no growth and you just give up. Learning is more fragile than that, because you don't see immediate progress. So for example, if I am learning about a life skill like arranging flowers, that I can still see. But if you are learning something digital marketing, that skill is a lifelong skill, because every week there is something new to learn. Every week there is something new coming up, a new update, a new feature, and you just have to continue learning. So something that has no end to learning, how do you even measure it? And that is why you need to have a curriculum that actually supports your lifestyle, supports your career, supports your choices. Growth feels slow effort is scattered, so even hard work shows little return. Comparison increases. Without your own direction, other people's journey start looking more important than yours. So like I said, if I don't know flower arranging, so I'll like place like a simple, like a bouquet of, like a bunch of roses, not even a bouquet, okay, a bunch of roses. But if I know flower arranging, I might like play around. I can progress, like measure my own progress. Maybe first I'll play with like just two kinds of flowers, because flowers are expensive and I don't want to like splurge on them when I don't know like what even I am doing. But if I like learn and give it time, I might learn to arrange flowers in a specific way, how you see on Pinterest. Similarly with like social media, there is no like measure to progress social media. So you can like see if what you're learning is working. Why, instead of the number of followers or views you are getting, the number of clients you are getting, the number of sales you are getting, that is how you can measure how you are learning things. So with the curriculum, your clarity increases. You know what exactly you are learning and why, which reduces mental noise. Skills compound. Focused learning over time turns small effort into a real capability. Confidence builds. Seeing yourself improve consistently creates quiet internal confidence. Direction feels calm. When your path is chosen consciously, your life feels less rushed and more grounded. So, what is a personal curriculum? First, I'll tell you what it is not, and then I'll tell you what it is. So, personal curriculum is not too many courses or expensive programs or certificates. Like collecting certificates like Pokemons is not the goal. Collecting degrees like Pokemons is like not a goal here, okay? It is not a pressure to be perfect. What it is it is being focused to avoid mental clutter. It is being affordable so that you can continue. Imagine, you invest in suppose a 15,000 course, and what next? You complete that course in say 45 days or 3 months. What next? After that, what? Do you have more money to invest in it? If you don't, then your education needs to be like free. But if you have like a screen addiction or someone who is like dealing with brain rot, I'll suggest go and buy a physical book, one book at a time. You take a month to read that book. That becomes your curriculum. That book becomes your curriculum. Write notes, take notes, and that is how simple it is to self-educate yourself. By doing this, you're not only building a habit, it is going to be a long-term thing. Okay, 12 months, 12 books, that is all you need to master. 12 topics of interest, one book, like the best book in that topic. There is like so much content that is freely available on the internet, that considering the age that we live in, if you are still coming up with excuses in 2026 why you are not able to learn, then you don't have clarity. As simple as that. If you feel that you want to talk to someone about being clear about your goals or building a personal curriculum, you can reach out to me on 9833778383. Just WhatsApp me and I will get back to you whenever it is like possible. So the 4 core areas of a personal curriculum are mindset and self-awareness, which basically covers how you think, how you react, and how you take responsibility. So there are so many people who make mistakes, but taking responsibility for those mistakes is also important, right? So basically you are building your own personal character, you are building your own personality in such a way that you are not only taking care of your own mental health, but taking care of the others around you as well. Then secondly, communication and confidence. It is how you express, listen, and show up. Because expressing yourself is good. Sometimes it happens that we tend to express ourselves so much that we sometimes forget to just listen to others. There are others who are actually screaming in their simple sentences, daily communication. In your own relationships, in your friendships, people keep talking. This is paining, that is paining, this is happening, that is happening. They are actually communicating their issues with you. But are you listening consciously? So that also you need to learn. And at least one of these skills you should take up. And how you show up is your attitude in life, how you present yourself, your dressing sense, and all of that also needs to be worked upon if you really believe in like personal growth, in personal development. So skill growth is where your career comes into picture, what you can do, what you can build, and what you can improve based on your skills that you already have and based on the skills that your career demands from you. So for example, I am building a digital agency and I know there are a set of skills that I need to learn: personal branding, content creation, digital marketing, website creation, apps and software development, branding, aesthetics, all of that, being up to date with the trends and what is going on in the AI industry and all other industries that our clients are in. It is my job. So it is my duty to be aware and included in my personal curriculum. And finally, health and energy. How much physical and mental energy you have on a daily basis. You need to, learn to set boundaries. You need to understand your nutrition. You need to understand, what physical diseases or what lifestyle challenges you have, and you need to plan how you can, learn more about it and how you can solve them. Because having a poor health or having no time or having issues that are not in your control are difficult to deal with, but learning to manage them is how you learn to love yourself in the end. So you don't have to work on all the areas all together. You can just learn to rotate the focus. So basically, how to choose your focus for 2026. You don't choose based on trends, you choose based on friction. Ask yourself, where do you feel stuck or insecure? What keeps creating stress or confusion in your life? What skill or habit will make your life easy on a daily basis? Then decide one area to focus on or one skill or habit to build. That's your personal curriculum for now. It is as simple as that. You don't need to do like everything all the time or do everything all together. This quarter, like you can divide this quarter in like first 3 months of the year. You can focus on your health, because we are already in like March now. You can start for the next 3 months or maybe next 2 months and like divide it into those categories and focus on your health in this month, and maybe take one small course for your career. You can pick and choose according to the time and energy you can dedicate. You don't have to follow anyone else's plan. Sources that count are: choose one primary source, start with one main source, that is a book, a e-course, or a structured video series. So basically, for example, if you want to learn web development, you can choose. There are so many YouTubers who have entire CSS, Java, and all of that for free. The content is available for free. If you want to learn performance marketing, that is also available for free on YouTube. So you can just go and follow their series and learn the entire skill. Or you can, like I said at the start of the video, just take like a book for the month and focus on that book and write down your notes and learn from that book. It is like basically structured content for you. Or you can take up a e-course that is of your interest and follow it. Once you're done with that, move on to the next challenge. Slow learning works because your brain needs time to sit with ideas instead of jumping between sources. Use ChatGPT for thinking, not speed. Use ChatGPT to ask questions, clarify concepts, summarize in your own words to test your understanding. Do not use it to skip learning. Use it to slow down and think better. So I'll give you so many examples. Okay, there are people who like go to such ends, they'll download a book. So I gave you like a advice that read a book, and many people like do that. But some people are so like impatient and they do not even trust themselves to sit through this. They do not even respect themselves to like dedicate their time and energy to something that is really important to them. Instead, they'll like put that PDF in ChatGPT and ask them in 15 pointers, explain what is like shown in this book, and that is it. Where is the learning happening? Where are your thoughts getting challenged? Where is you questioning the thought process of the world, the society, or whatever is like taught to you from your childhood? Where is you changing your mindset? Mindset change doesn't happen in 15 pointers. Mindset happens in slow learning. Mindset change happens in learning when your own viewpoints are challenged. That is when you grow. That is when you learn, not ChatGPTing in 15 points. Apply, write, and reflect. Pause regularly to write notes or even highlight. If you are not someone who likes writing notes, highlights, explain ideas. So if there is this idea that you like and you don't know what is there more to know about it and you do not have the time, then you can go to ChatGPT and ask for it. Then you can ask ChatGPT that I have read about this topic and I have a basic understanding. Can you ask me 10 questions? Ask your ChatGPT that you rate me on how much I am understanding this concept based on these 5 or 10 questions that are there. That is how you use your ChatGPT. That is how you evaluate your knowledge, learning, or self-education method, your own personal curriculum, and know if it is working or not. Learning sticks when you actually interact with the information that you are actually processing, or when you apply it in your daily life or your personal life, not when you are just reading it and then forgetting about it or just rushing through it. Doing things is actually how you train your brain every single day to learn better, to make it a habit, to make it your lifestyle, to actually make a mindset change. So how do you continue your education? Set small fixed duration. Plan for about 20 minutes per session, 2 to 3 days a week. Learning works best when time is limited and predictable, not stretched or rushed. Track in one simple place. Use a single notebook, a journal, or any app that you have. Write notes, record what you are learning. Avoid apps or complex systems that turn learning into administration. And next is review slowly, not constantly. Once a month, review what you practiced, or maybe if you think that you are learning something very complex, once a week also works. What I do is, for example, if I am learning about psychology and there is this concept called childhood cognitive psychology, or childhood trauma, so I will go to ChatGPT at the end of every week or on a weekend and ask my ChatGPT, these are the topics I have learned, these are the methodological things that I have learned, and these are the experiments that I have read. Now you can test me based on this, how much I know about it and how much my mind has like absorbed, and how much of it has gone like bouncer. So now it is your turn to make your own curriculum, decide what you want to learn and how you want your life to be. And that is it from my end. If you like this video, do subscribe to our channel, and I will see you in our next video. Until next time, you can actually connect to me on WhatsApp on 9833778383, and I will see you in the next video. Until next time, stay curious, bye, and keep learning.